Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here with another figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the Spider-Man Homecoming Marvel Legends. This is a figure I never thought I was going to get. I'm really excited to finally have it, and I can't wait to take a closer look. When this guy initially came out, I missed out. I didn't really know how I felt about Spider-Man Homecoming. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of the original trilogy. Those are my favourite Spider-Man films. And I really like the Andrew Garfield movies as well. I like the first one way more than I like the second one, but I still do enjoy watching the second one, especially the web swinging scenes in it, and the fight scenes are really good as well. When I first watched Homecoming, I wasn't sure about it. I've maybe watched it about 7 or 8 times now, and I do really love the film. With that said, I ended up missing out on this initial release, and the price of this guy just shot up instantly. Couldn't get him for a good price, and I finally did on eBay. Saying that, he's missing the Build-A-Figure piece, which I'm not too bothered about. I'm not planning on building that Build-A-Figure. And he is also missing another couple of things, but we'll get into that later in the video. So we'll just take a quick look at the box. It is a wee bit mashed up, unfortunately, but it's not the worst condition. So just starting at the top here, we've got the Build-A-Figure Marvel's Vulture, which is the movie Vulture figure that you're building there. We've got the Spider-Man Homecoming logo at the top, Legends series, nice window packaging. It does have a mark right here where Spider-Man is, which is annoying if I'm going to display him in the box here. I'm still unsure, but either way, it's not the worst damage here, but yeah, just a wee line. Head sculpt, couple hands. You've got a nice kind of web image in the background. You might be able to see that there. More logos at the bottom here. And I really like this image at the side. That is a cool Spidey image. Back, you've got the product image. You've got a wee bio here, so if you want to read that, just hit the pause button. More logos up here, and then that's the other figures in the wave. Now we do have the Homecoming figure, and I don't have any of these other guys, but I'm not too bothered about them. Here's the Vulture Build-A-Figure here. So yeah, I got the Homecoming homemade suit loose on eBay, and I really love that figure, and now I'm happy to have this guy. So with that being said, let's get him out of the packaging and see what he looks like. So here is Spidey out the box, and he looks great. I really do love him. I'm so glad I finally got this figure. He looks a bit small, but in a good way. He looks like Tom Holland in that suit. He looks like a younger Spider-Man, and he looks really movie accurate, so I'm really happy. We'll just firstly take a look at the accessory. Well, it's not really accessories. He just comes with these different hands. So you've got the web shooter hand here. You can swap this hand out for the other web shooter hand, and vice versa with this clobbering time hand. So it's good that we have those hands to swap over. But yeah, I was maybe hoping for a wee bit more. But with that being said, as I kind of mentioned earlier in the video, hold on a wee second. So guys, I kind of mentioned earlier on that the figure didn't come with a couple things, but I was actually wrong. I had an initial look at this guy, and as you can see in the back of the box here, he's meant to come with these web things underneath his, or I mean it is just webbing underneath his armpits here. And I thought that the figure didn't come with both of them. I thought it only came with one. As I said, this is second hand, so I thought the owner just kind of lost one of them, but I have just found the second one lying at the bottom of the box, so score. Really happy with that there. We'll see what that looks like right now. Actually, let's just plug these in and see what it looks like. Okay guys, no score because this one I think is a wee bit broken. I can't get it to slot in there. So back to my original speech of what I was going to say. I'm not too bothered anyway because I'm not a massive fan of the look with the webbing under his arm here. But as you can see, that's what it would look like. And it isn't too bad, but I do just prefer it without it. So, not a big deal. I'm glad I do have this other one though. I can just kind of blue tack it in if I really want. Or even if I was a fan of that look, I could just shove some super glue in there. So yeah, no big deal. But I'll go back on what I was going to say, and I do actually have those pieces. Anyway, here is the alternative head sculpt that the figure comes with, and I really like it. I don't know what one I prefer. At first I thought the eyes on this guy were a wee bit too big. I thought it was maybe a wee bit too much of a shocked look, but now I have a closer look. I think it's fine. I was thinking maybe, you know, with these two looks there might be an in-between kind of eye bit, but no. I'm happy with these head sculpts here. I'm happy we have at least one other head. And with that being said, I wanted to show off this here. So this is just a Tom Holland head sculpt I got on eBay. I think it came from China. It only cost me £7 and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks great. I think it looks like Tom Holland. And I took a couple pictures from Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description below. And they might be posted by the time this video is out. They might not, but I'm really happy with it. I just want to swap over the heads and show off both these head sculpts here. So we'll start with Tom Holland. Yeah, there we go. There's Spider-Man with the Tom Holland head. And I think for £7 it's great, especially when it's not even a Marvel Legends head sculpt. I'm not going to lie though, before I got this Homecoming figure, I tried to put the head sculpt on some other Spider-Man figures and it was just a big struggle. So I had to file down the inside of the head and it now fits on the likes of the homemade Spider-Man suit. And now it is a bit too loose for this head ball joint here. Is a bit too small for it, but as you can see it fits on fine. You can just slot it on and it'll even just stay on there. So yeah, I'm really happy with that purchase as well. Let's just swap over to the other head sculpt and see what that looks like on this Spider-Man body. So here is the other head sculpt on, and I think it looks really good. It's more kind of menacing, I think. It looks a bit more, I don't know how to describe it. Bit more angry, I suppose, ready to get into the action. But yeah, it's a good alternative head sculpt. I don't know what one I'm going to keep on. I might go back for the original one. So I'm just going to swap that over right now and we'll just take a closer look at this figure in detail. So here is Spider-Man and he just looks awesome. The head sculpt is great. You've got that kind of, it's sculpted in there and the paint on top. So I really like that. As opposed to a Spider-Man we'll look at in a minute from the Civil War line, which is just the sculpt. But you've really got the detail in the blue here and in the legs. There's just detail right throughout this figure and it really makes me happy. Right round the back. It just looks great. I really like that back logo. Yeah, awesome figure. Represents the movie fantastically. So the first Spider-Man I wanted to compare this Homecoming Spider-Man to is the Civil War Spider-Man. They're both the same Spider-Man, but just slightly different costumes and slightly different figures here. So this guy you can pick up on eBay loose, quite cheap. He's quite common, and this was my Tom Holland Spider-Man. Now I've got this guy, so I'm really happy, but I just wasn't a fan of how dark the blue was in this costume. Thought it was a decent sculpt. You see the spider logo's a wee bit different, but I was happy with this figure. You can see there's not any detail here, unlike the Homecoming figure, and there's just slightly more sculpting in the head sculpting things here. You can see those deep lines. So it's not a bad figure, but I do prefer just the lighter colours in that of the Homecoming figure. Second figure we have here is the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man movie Marvel Legends. This, for me, is still just a weird kind of looking Marvel Legends figure. Definitely the weakest in terms of sculpt out of all the movie figures we have, but I'm still happy to have it because I really do like that Amazing Spider-Man one suit. And you can see Andrew Garfield's standing slightly taller than Tom Holland here, which I think is to be expected. And yeah, I would definitely pick this figure here over this one. It just looks a bit odd. I don't know what it is, especially those legs. And here we have the GOAT, the greatest of all time. It's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 figure, and I really hope we get to see these guys on screen together in this MCU Spider-Man 3. It would be so awesome, and I think these guys just look great together right here, right now. If that isn't more of a push to get these guys together on screen, I don't know what is. And hopefully Hasbro make an updated version of this guy here, because oh, he's so awesome. Yeah, these two side to side. Once again, he's a wee bit taller, but that's to be expected. And yeah, they look awesome together. So let's just take a closer look at the articulation in this guy. Spidey can look all the way up, which is awesome. I wouldn't expect anything less. Right down, and you can move left, right, and you could rotate that all the way around if you want to. His arm, he's got a butterfly joint here, and obviously on the other arm here. Get his arm to move upwards about that much, right down, move all the way around, and you could also move it forward if you want, all the way around. He's got a double jointed elbow here, so you can get his arm moving about thatwards in, and you can just see here that's where the web slot's in. Nice detail here on the web shooters as well, I must say. Forgot to pick that up when we were looking earlier, but you can also rotate around at the wrist. And same on this arm, he's got a big ab crunch, so you can move that far down, that far back, so a fantastic ab crunch. Move it at the waist. He's also got an upper thigh swivel here. You can move his leg that far forward. You can move his leg that far out. Oh, it doesn't move out a lot there. That's about as far outwards it will go. That far back. He's got double jointed knees. Get his foot right back. Doesn't rotate the calf or anything, but you can move his foot backwards and forward, and he's also got ankle pivot. So there we have it for this Spider-Man Homecoming Marvel Legends figure. I think he's awesome. He definitely resembles that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from the film. I'm so happy to have him now as my main Tom Holland Spidey figure. I did pay a bit more than you would for a new Marvel Legends figure, but I think it's definitely worth it. Especially with the rarity of this guy, I always keep a lookout for him, and I've never seen him go for really anything less than 40, and I did manage to get this guy for under 40, so I'm happy with that. And that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for future figure reviews, and while you're down there, smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment. Let me know, who is your favourite Spider-Man. Are you the same as me? Is it Tobey Maguire, or is it Tom Holland right here? Maybe it's even Andrew Garfield. Let me know in the comments below. I'll also leave a link to my Instagram in the description, where you can check out more of my collection, where I take pictures of the likes of these Spidey figures. And once again, guys, just thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the flip flop later. Cheers.